President Biden has a hell of a team. I tell you what, the big narrative out there is that the reason people are not going back to work is that those lazy bums are staying on their couch because the federal government with their substitute in unemployment insurance is giving them so much money. If they're making under $32,000, it's so much better for them to just stay at home. To which I'm saying, if that is really the case, power to you guys who can sit on the couch until our businesses start to pay a living wage. Well, you know who said that as well? But in a very diplomatic manner, of course, President Biden. I don't know if people are able to read between the lines as he castigates business and empowers people by saying, I've got your back, without seeming to just simply throw these guys. I want you to listen to this, and then let's take it on the other side.
We're not going to turn our backs on our fellow Americans. 22 million people lost their jobs in this pandemic through no fault of their own. They lost their jobs to a virus and to a government that bungled its response to the crisis and failed to protect them. We still have 8 million fewer jobs than we did when the pandemic started. And for many of those folks, unemployment benefits are a lifeline. No one should be allowed to game the system, and we'll insist the law is followed, but let's not take our eye off the ball. Families who are just trying to put food on the table, keep a roof over their head, they aren't the problem. We need to stay focused on the real problems in front of us, beating this pandemic and creating jobs. Again, the law is clear. If you're receiving unemployment benefits and you're offered a suitable job, you can't refuse that job and just keep getting the unemployment benefits. We're also working to overcome all the barriers that may be making it harder for people to get back to work. Child care, getting vaccinated, getting schools open. We're making progress in all these things. And we need others to step up and play a role as well. For example, we need employers to step up in a couple of ways. First, we need them to get help to their people and get them vaccinated. 2 weeks ago, I announced that we will provide a tax credit to employers if they give workers paid time off to get a shot and recover from the side effects if there are any. Our economy can't achieve its full potential until we get more people vaccinated. Employers can help that. We also need to recognize that people will come back to work if they're paid a decent wage. The last Congress, before I became president, gave businesses over $1.4 trillion in COVID relief. Congress may have approved that money, but let's be clear, the money came from the American people, and it went from the American people to American businesses, many of them big businesses, to help them get through this pandemic and keep their doors open. I'm not questioning it. It was the right thing to do. But my expectation is that as our economy comes back, these companies will provide fair wages and safe work environments. And if they do, they'll find plenty of workers. And we're all going to come out of this together better than before. So we need to stay focused on creating jobs and beating this pandemic today and building back better for tomorrow. The American Rescue Plan is just that, a rescue plan. It's to get us out of the crisis and back on the track, but it's not nearly enough. That's why we need the American Jobs Plan, which is an 8-year investment strategy to make sure working people of this country get to share in the benefits of a rising economy and to put us in a position to win the competition with China and the rest of the world for the 21st century.
Like I said, folks, it is important for us to understand this, right? Congress doesn't want to pass the minimum wage. They don't want to increase prices for workers. But you know what? It's a possibility. These 6 months that are left or so with people getting unemployment insurance, which gives them a bit more leeway to find choices, is very important. I want you to listen to what the guy said that you just heard. He said, some people at first would say, oh, look, he's castigating the worker that's sitting on the couch. But that's not what he did. He said the law says that if you are offered a job that is similar to what you're getting or better, you need to take it. The problem is the minimum wage isn't $15 or $16 an hour. So it's an implicitly telling corporations when he says if you pay them a living wage and then you tell the people if you're offered a living wage you got to take it. That's all we are asking for. I think this guy has some good writers. They understand the concept of how businesses like to play progressives, and they're really hitting it where it hurts in such a manner that if we decide to be effective progressives governing and giving the people what they want, we will be successful. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.